right. So, hi, I'm Tobias, and I want to tell you something about how you can use Ollama and PHP together. So, first of all, the elephant in the room, obviously, English is not my dominant language. So, please bear with me when I maybe pronounce something wrong, but I hope I get still my point across here. So, bear with me. So, what I did so far, I created a folder, a new folder, Ollama video. I opened it up in my PHP Storm IDE, and we start from here. So I will not also explain how to install Ollama on your machine. So the documentation is pretty good. So just install Ollama and download some models. I might explain this in a further video, but for here, I just require that you already set up Ollama on your system and downloaded some models. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with stuff. So what we first need is we need like a client where we can connect to Ollama or Jama. So I will use my own one. So I do a composer require here. It's Tretman / PHP Ollama. And this should give us all the stuff we need to actually work with or like connect to Ollama. So for the next thing, I will just create a file. So I will just work on one file and use this as kind of yeah, I will use just one file to query everything. So that's not good structure in general, but I just want to show you how you can use it. So I think that's fine. So I call this let's call this models. All right. So and to actually use our installed PHP packages, we need to auto load the composer stuff. So first of all, we need an Ollama client. I normally start with this like a client, this new Ollama client. And here you could define the base URL if you would not use the standard one. I use the standard one, so I just leave this blank. And that's it for the client, or I made a typo here. And next so in this one file, I just want to see if everything works, if we can connect to the server. And so in this case, I just want to basically show me all the models we have. And for the models, we have two APIs. We have the running models API and the local models API. So I will do like the list local models API, which requires the client to be set. And with this API, we can just make list local models. If we look into the code, it will return a local model response. So let's say response. And then the response holds models as an array of model DTOs. Let's say we wanna iterate this, which model is model, and then we do something like model name. So what this should do, we will query Ollama for all local models we have installed on our system, and we will just show all the models or echo all the models here. Let's run this real quick to see if it works. So run models, and here we see these are all the models I have installed on my computer. just copy and paste this real quick. So we will use this later for the next thing I want you to show. All right, now we actually want to use the Ollama to, or the AI, or the large language model, to do some real work for us. And it's always hard for software engineers to think about what can actually these large language models do for us. And I have a little, I had a little idea. I want to show you what they actually can do. So I create a new file called address, and I will again require once the auto load. So we have this here. I will again create a client for me. And then next, I would like to use the completion API. So the completion API is you send something to the large language model, and it does something with it, and we will get a response with the result. So we need the completion API. New completion. And it requires against the client. Let's make it a bit more readable. It's a client. And now we need to think about what we want to do. So my idea is I want an API, or I want like a piece of software which I pass like a string of an address, like the address like this. So it should be Max Mustermann, Musterstraße, FB in so it's basically a string where like the name, the street number, the house number, the postal code, the city, and the country is in one string. And what I want to achieve is large language model should create a structured output as a JSON for me to convert this address into a JSON with the data as filled. So let's see. So we need a prompt to actually achieve that. So and the prompt is something like, you are a helpful AI assistant who converts a given address in a JSON with the address data filled. The JSON should look like. And what we want to have, or what the JSON should look like. So the JSON should look like this. I want a first name, let's say, give last name. I will just put my address in here. Street. Let's say house number. Let's make something funny. House number, the postal code. And we need city. And we need the country. The country should be Germany, for example. All right. And now we need to pass obviously our address in here. So the address we want to convert is, and then it's the address. Okay, this is basically our prompt. We will put in the, so the whole prompt will be then, put this all together. And now we can ask the completion API to actually do something with it. So first of all, we need a request to the completion API. Request is new completion request. And here we see what we can use. So first of all, we need to pass a model, and we will use the CodeStral model here. Then we need the prompt itself. So the prompt would be prompt. And there's also a format we can pass. And in this case, we want the output to be JSON. So we just put format JSON in here. We could also pass an actually JSON schema, which the request should, the response should be in. I just leave this out for now because we're hoping that this will be good enough for now. Okay, and here now we put in the request, and when we are getting the response here, we could actually get the response back. Oops. Okay, let's hit it up. Run. So it might take a while. And as we see, the output is a JSON here, and is Max Mustermann, Musterstraße, house number 11B, and this is all correct. So basically, with what we did here, we created an, let's say, functional API where we can put some kind of addresses in there, and they will convert it for us into a JSON where all address fields are filled. I think this is actually pretty cool, and that's a useful case for how you can use large language models without you need to parse. So you don't need to parse the addressing by yourself and then make sure everything is super duper fine. So that's pretty cool, and I hope you enjoyed the video so far. I will link a repository where I put the examples in the video description, and I hope I see you next time.